right? A lot of missed opportunities, but then you kind of got it done. Put some insight on that one.
Well, we just came off a 10-day road trip, so why not play some free baseball tonight? It was a battle back and forth. Pitching staff did a tremendous job. A handful of guys, obviously didn't want to have to throw so many guys. We've got another one tomorrow, but everyone came in with big-time enthusiasm and intent behind what they were doing. Just continued to motivate the other guys with how they were acting out there, filling up the strike zone, letting the defense work. There was one point Hutch threw a ball, and as soon as the guy put it on the ground, he was fired up because he knew the guy behind him was going to make the play. So it's a lot of those big moments for finishing the game. Having guys in scoring position over and over, and who would have thought that a little cap shot was going to be the game winner there, but constant battle. And we haven't had one of those in extras, and to do that at home right here and to see a handful of people still staying out and watching the Beavs go at it was exciting.
What was the big roar for over there?
They dumped the Gatorade bucket on top.
Oh, was he doing it like a television?
He was on it every
I got you.
So Turley wanted to make sure he was hydrated.
They didn't quite get him enough in the center. They had to...
He purposely ran all the way out to the warning track, so everyone would be tired by the time they got to him and wouldn't beat him up so much. That was good.
Is this an encouraging, I guess, when you look at the bullpen, it's been kind of a rocky road for them lately. Is this offer a little encouragement about the direction they might head?
I don't believe it's been, conversely, I don't believe it's been a rocky road for them. They're learning a ton. There's a lot of guys getting the baseball. We were down in SoCal and the ball, it's a shorter porch out there and the ball is flying, firmer dirt. And so runs were going to get scored. Offensively, guys put up a lot of numbers. We knew that the opponents were going to plate some as well. And so, we won the games. And that means they were doing their job as well, preventing, them from scoring more than we did. So, but they've been handling it really well. They're for each other, which is great. You love to see it. And even when each guy came out in the game tonight too, some of those guys just got done throwing. Oaks just got done throwing, finished up the game on Saturday, and to come out and start and get a couple innings was great to see. And that just was saying, hey, regardless of the past, I'm ready to throw, and they want the baseball. So every guy down in that pen, didn't really want to throw Hutch today, wanted to give him one more day, but you weren't going to tell him no when he wanted the baseball and he was ready to do it, and he showed that when he came out too. Even Oaksy had some big jump around time on the mound, so big energy. And to be able to do that when you go sit down and come back out again, when you're obviously hoping that you're going to finish the game, it just shows really good focus from the guys to keep going out there and battling.
What do you kind of go with the bullpen ahead to tomorrow?
Oh man, already? We're going to have to go sit down here in a minute and make sure we're looking at all the guys who are available and just kind of map out how we see that working. But there's still a handful of guys that are down there that really want the ball tomorrow. So that's encouraging in itself. And if it's a long game for us, it's a long game for the other crew as well. So, but when you wake up tomorrow, there's no fatigue. It's all gas. Go get them.
Does the result change a little bit of that feeling Joe brought up, just some missed opportunities, guys on base? How does that change? If the result's the other way, is that more of a serious conversation? Is it now would just sort of move on? How are those conversations like at this point?
If the game turned out differently, how would it turn out? Well, there wouldn't have been a Gatorade bath on Tall. Did you get a haircut?
I did, thank you.
Okay, no, that's good.
I don't know, you didn't say you liked it, but
Well, I was going to go there next. I just want to make sure you got one, but we've been gone for a while. Obviously, when you're battling like that, I don't think it's. We always focus on the gratitudes and what guys are doing right. I have a handful of notes of things that we need to look at and just make sure that we're continuing to get better at. Whether it's rundowns or communicating or our positioning, you name it. Like top to bottom, there's always a handful of things you need to look at. And the game could have obviously gone a different way, but it's just that's baseball. And so rather than just focusing on the wins and losses, I think we've always gotten to where we're at now by focusing on process-oriented things and working our butt off pregame and showing intent throughout the entirety of it. They had the lead. No one got discouraged by it. It's find a way to get it done, lay down a couple bunts, move runners, draw walks, whatever it takes. So, no, the W or L doesn't dictate the conversation at the end. It's the way they prepare and the way they go out and compete. And I've said it before, the energy, enthusiasm, and grit that they show throughout the game that really matters.
Do you think Oaks has a chance to kind of evolve into the back end guy, or do you want him to pitch more than kind of those, more innings and so?
I think obviously he's put himself in a spot to throw a lot of meaningful innings, and sometimes those come really late. Sometimes they might come earlier in the game. I think it's obvious that we want him to have the baseball. To say, it's going to be the 8th or 9th inning. I mean, we've put him in that role the last couple times now. Nice to see Munt go out, throw 2 innings the other day, and then to come out again and get a couple ups as well. So, Hutch is doing that. A lot of other guys are getting those opportunities. And I think the more they touch the baseball and they're out there in the arena, the better they're going to get. So that's kind of what we are expecting to see right now. These guys have all had a handful of outings. They've gotten loose in the pen. They've gone through their throwing routine. They've continued to harp on what they need to work on while they're doing their flat grounds or their bullpen work. And now we're seeing a lot more execution out there. And I don't think Dorr gets enough credit with how hard he works and how much he cares about those guys, and the intent to each and every little thing that they do, making sure that they're bringing out the best version of themselves out there. In my mind, he's the best pitching coach in the country, and but he'll never take any credit for any of that. And he loves those guys and works his butt off. And so, steady Eddie with him. You're not trying to ride the wave early on. I'm just trying to continue to get better. And I think first guy here in the morning, sitting up in the pitching lab and breaking down the opposing team's hitters and getting ready for our throwing program to make sure these guys are getting better today. And who sits there and watches every bullpen, that's him. So you can always tell how our pitching staff continues to get better and better throughout the year. And it's development. That's what he continues to do, is develop great pitching. It starts with when they're young or when they're coming in. Doesn't matter. He builds an instant bond with them, and you just watch these guys flourish and show up loving putting on this uniform.
What are you seeing out of TC right now? How do you assess where he's at?
Well, one of those games, he slugged a couple homers. Yeah, he went off, and just continuing to get better in his on-deck routine, and when he's in the hole, prepping himself to get up there and knowing how they're going to pitch him. What I've really seen these last couple of weeks is his batting practices, and his preparation has been really good. And sometimes you feel like, man, okay, I got a good routine, I want the results now, but they always take time. And so don't get flustered by it. Stick with your routine, and if you come out well. We'll see if we take BP on the field tomorrow, but his batting practice routine has constantly been what we've seen from Turley since the fall, driving the ball gap to gap, and kind of controlling his intent instead of being at 110% on each swing. He's really working it more in that 70-80% and seeing a ton of results from it. So it's good times are coming for him.
Is he still keeping it positive behind the scenes?
Oh yeah, he's that's all he ever is extremely positive. And it was good to see him get a chopper, pick it up, and really rip that thing across the diamond too. So separating whatever results we're having on offense from defense. But everyone knows, man, that guy's a lightning rod, and at any point in time he can go off and never get out again.